if Rudy Giuliani gets the nomination, I think there would be a third or fourth party candidate who would be pro-life. Whether that candidate would get 1% of the vote or 6%, one doesn't know. But I think it does show, what this does show is that Giuliani has not made the sale yet to a lot of religious conservatives. And I think it's a problem for him. I'm struck by the fact that Giuliani seems capped at around 30 in the national polls. And I don't think there's likely to be a third party candidate, but I think it shows that Giuliani is less of a favorite, maybe not a favorite, for the nomination.
Hi, it's Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Tuesday, October 9th, 2007. As Rudy Giuliani has been dominating the Republican nomination battle for most of this year, there's been a lingering question, and that is, how is it exactly that a guy who is pro-choice is going to get the nomination of a party the core members of which are overwhelmingly pro-life? Well, at the end of last week, we started to get an answer to that question. And the answer is it's probably not going to happen, even though Rudy Giuliani is still in the lead in most of the national polls. Now, two things happened last Thursday. The first of which was that James Dobson, well-known religious extremist, wrote an op-ed in the New York Times saying, basically, we of the religious right, we're not going to vote for Rudy Giuliani. So if he gets the Republican nomination, we're going to vote for a third party. The same day, a Rasmussen poll came out that did a head-to-head matchup between Giuliani and Hillary Clinton. And the results of that poll were as follows. 27% of Republicans, self-identified Republicans, said they wouldn't vote for Giuliani, they would vote for a third-party ticket. Now, just last night, Dobson went on the Hannity show and basically laid out just why it is that he is willing to not vote for Rudy Giuliani, even if it probably means getting Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States. We ran through the highlights of that just last night, and here it is.
If, in fact, you were to mount a third-party challenge and support a third-party candidate, the result, quote, would be a landslide victory for Hillary Clinton. Now, that's the same partial birth abortion supporting Hillary. That's national health care Hillary. That's Ruth Bader Ginsburg Hillary or worse. Are you prepared to accept that inevitable result?
Well, that's what I mean when I say it's difficult. It's bad on both sides.
We know if Hillary is elected that she would appoint people like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and we know she supports partial birth abortion. In that sense, if that Rasmussen poll is right, the result will be far worse for the cause that I know you passionately and deeply believe in.
It will be terrible, Sean. That's absolutely true. But you're taking Rudy's word on his intention to appoint strict constructionists to the Supreme Court. And I would like to remind you that he has a terrible record in New York of appointing judges. He appointed some of the worst possible judges. And then there's so many other issues, the marriage issue, his personal moral background. He says he's a Catholic. I know how you feel about that, and yet he says, I will not be guided by the Catholic Church.
But let me ask you this.
There's so many issues.
But if Rasmussen's right, and that becomes a landslide for Hillary, you get Ruth Bader Ginsburg or worse, you get somebody that totally is against you on issues of abortion and school choice and gay rights and definition of marriage, and the result would be far worse. Do you not see that would be a worst case scenario for things you believe deeply in?
You're assuming that the election is going to be tomorrow. It is 13 months away. Why would we not support someone who does line up with our value system when we would have to literally hold our noses to support somebody that contradicts those values? I believe when that 27% that you were just referring to, who said, I will not vote for a pro-abortion candidate, even if he is the standard bearer, when that many people say it, elections are won or lost by very small percentages, Sean, and I don't believe that Giuliani can beat Hillary in the first place.
When you take this position, does it not concern you that ultimately, at the end of the day, that Hillary is elected that will take positions far more detrimental to the things that I know you hold near and dear to your heart. What does that prospect mean to you?
But I tell you, Sean, by your supporting Giuliani and helping to get the nomination for him, you're about to see the contradiction of most of the things that you stand for.
Well,
you've got a few issues that you base this on, but I just don't agree with them.
Listen, we're friends and we'll always be friends here. Just to defend myself a little bit here, is I think all three of these top candidates are infinitely better than what Hillary Clinton has to offer on the significant moral issues of our time.
If Rudy Giuliani wins, I'm telling you the pro-life and pro-family movement is gone.
So, well-known zealot and later-day inquisitor James Dobson not going to vote for Rudy Giuliani. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Republican debate that is coming up just this afternoon.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
So that is the man, Fred Thompson, and the reason we're showing you the pictures of him now is that today is the day for Fred Thompson. This afternoon at 4 p.m., and you can see the debate again at 9 p.m. on MSNBC, is the first Republican debate that Fred Thompson is actually going to make an appearance in. Now, so far, Thompson has mainly been known for running through 3 campaign managers before he announced his candidacy, and generally raising questions about whether he's actually too ignorant of the issues of the day even to make it through a Republican debate. So tonight we're actually going to find out how he does. The expectations are extremely low, and we're pretty confident that he's going to live up to those expectations. So the debate, 4 p.m. today, Tuesday, 4 p.m. on CNBC. And then you can watch the replay tonight, 9 p.m. on MSNBC, the Republican debate in Dearborn, Michigan, including the very suave Fred Thompson making his first appearance. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.